Hello, I have created demo application using Gradio, which helps you to see how Sparrow works, and you could it's easier to evaluate the structured output that is produced by Sparrow. And this runs on Hugging Face Spaces, and the app is implemented with Gradio because I think Gradio is one of the best choices to quickly build simple but effective UIs for ML applications, especially for the demo purposes. So this runs on Hugging Face Spaces, and UI is simple. You can upload the file, image file here, and pass the query in JSON format. And in order to be able to run this, to run the inference, you need to pass Sparrow Key, and Sparrow Key is the private key which I can give to someone who would be a potential Sparrow customer and who would like to evaluate Sparrow, and I could give the personal key, and this would allow to run inference on a private cloud GPU machine. And obviously, because private GPU is expensive, at this moment I'm not running yet Sparrow locally, but I'm running it on private GPU, so I'm not able to give access for inference just for anyone. But I created three examples that show typical complexity documents that can be processed using Sparrow, and they're processed in the background using Q12 7B LLM. One of the examples, bonds table, so you just click on bonds table, and this application, without calling any background GPU task, it loads previously executed data. This is the table that is being sent for the inference, and this is the query where we specify that we would like to fetch instrument name and valuation fields. And here we pass as hints, we pass type which we expect to get in the response. Here we get string, and here we'll get a number. And this is the response which is actually generated. In this case, it's just cached inside Gradio application, and it's being displayed without running actual inference. This is the data that is coming, structured data from Sparrow, thanks to Q12 visual LLM. And as we can scroll, and we can see that data is correctly extracted. This is another example, lab results, and this more complex document, as you can see here, and this is the query that we just executed. We specify patient name, age, and for the patient ID we specify this is the numeric field, and this is those first three fields are form data, and then we get a table or list, lab results, and we specify that we want to fetch investigation result, reference value, example, and unit. And this is the response we get. So first three fields coming from the form, patient name, then age and patient ID, and lab results are automatically coming from the table. And this is handled also by Sparrow and by Q12 visual LLM, thanks to the format of the input query, where we specified lab results is a list, and we get a list of all this table data here, and it's correctly extracted. So, example, we can check this value, platelet count, result is correct, and reference value is being extracted, and unit is extracted, and the same for all other rows. So we got table, bonds table, we got lab results, and this one more example, bank statement. In this case, we specify a star for the query. This means we'll fetch all the data from the document without specifying actual fields. This is the bank statement document. And as we can see, we got all the form data here, automatically account summary, and transactions table was automatically formed in a list format, and each row was extracted correctly in this case. So these three examples give you understanding how Sparrow can process documents and produce structured output. And this UI for this UI called Sparrow Shell UI, and the main reason for this is for you or for potential customer to understand how Sparrow works and to feel like how the application executes, what output it produces, and so it's not only the source code on the GitHub, it's actual thing which is deployed and actually working. And for the UI Shell application, if you look into the code, which is accessible either on Sparrow GitHub or here on this Hugging Face space, we got Gradio blocks, we got a tab, and we got a row, and then we got two columns for the input and for the output. And then we got some listeners. When we click the example, we keep cached data here for each of the three examples, and then we load this data in output, and also the sample image in input, and also the query is being displayed as well. Yeah, and when we do actual inference, so when you have a Sparrow Key, then this is the function where the inference is executed, run inference. Here we go to key, and we construct the parameters, files, then a file as an input parameter, query JSON, and then we got a Sparrow Key here, and we specify the query for the fields to be extracted, and here we specify that for the Sparrow backend we're using Hugging Face, and this is the the name of the private Hugging Face space instance with GPU. And this instance is callable only when you provide correct Sparrow Key. Okay, so yeah, hopefully this gives you a better idea how Sparrow looks and how it works, and all this code that is running here is available on the GitHub, and you can deploy it on your own infrastructure as well, and you can execute and then you can execute it without Sparrow Key, because many people are asking me what is the Sparrow Key. So Sparrow Key is simply the way to control who can access this application when it's deployed on cloud. If you deploy it on your own environment, you just you just say that in a parameter, in configuration parameter, you specify that this is not secure deployment, and then Sparrow Key simply will not be used. And I'll update documentation and README file where I'll specify the place where this configuration setting is specified. So thanks for watching, and see you next time. Bye.